right, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Just a Conversation. In the midst today, you have Minister Hayden, Brother Matthew, Evangelist Hayden sitting in for the one and only Minister Amon. And our special guest tonight is none other than Evangelist. I say that with honor. I say that with pleasure. Evangelist Rita Facey.
Hello, everyone.
Awesome.
Amen.
All right, Matthew.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
All right. I love that. That
it,
back
huh?
and forth. It's wonderful.
Talk about it.
So tonight our topic is on your parent, right?
Yes.
Almost everyone here.
Except
Yeah.
from
We
except
understand
for one person, but we're not gonna say who. But
exactly.
one person.
Yeah, we all know who it is. So my question is, why is it so hard for parents to actually speak about their life experience honestly with their kids?
And you know the good thing about that topic is that Evangelist Rita has two young ones. She has a teenager, right?
Yes, a 15-year-old.
15-year-old, and then she has my little friend, so cute,
Leah.
twin.
She's gonna be 5 in a couple of weeks.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So
Happy birthday when it comes.
Thank you.
So, how do you feel about that? Do you share your life experience with your kids? So that you tell them what you have been through, stuff you have seen, or do you hide it from them?
You know, honestly, that's a gray area. It depends how you look at it. Because our kids look up to us as role models. So, depending on the things you've been through, it's kind of, hard to share certain things because the fact that they look up to you as role models, they will emulate your life. So, I mean, some of the mistakes you've made, because we were all adolescents and we've made some mistakes, we wouldn't want to share that with our children for the fact that we want to portray ourselves as the perfect person in our kids'
say it's
eyes.
embarrassing.
All right, you
Why would you say it's embarrassing?
There's certain things I did in my past that's extremely embarrassing that I don't want to bring up unless I'm getting paid for it.
But wouldn't you want your kids to see what you went through and like use that as a life lessons? But sometimes I do believe like instead of talking, you should just like show them. 'Cause I think they mostly they emulate like what you do. They don't really like. You could talk to like from now until God come, but they're only they're gonna emulate what you do, not really what you say.
Not in all cases.
Not in all cases.
They emulate whatever you do, whatever you say, because they say the first man a child is introduced to is their father, a girl. So whatever man that girl sees out there, she's gonna be looking for her dad. So God forbid the father was a smoker, a drinker. You share that with your child. I used to smoke weed. That's going to lead that girl to feel as if a boy that's smoking weed is actually a good husband for her because my dad smoked weed.
A person could still be, but all right, we'll continue.
So I
didn't even hear nothing he just said. Just like
No, what I said is I hear what you're saying in regards to how a person who smoked weed that could be interpreted as a bad thing, influence that the parent introduces the kid. But
I think as a parent, you should be the first one to actually, if your kid want to try that, you should be the one to actually do it with them.
Oh Jesus!
Oh Lord!
No, I really believe that we should like open these doors. I'm not saying like if they're not interested. Like, say for instance, your kid comes to you and asks you that. Like, I think you should actually like do it. Wouldn't you rather them do it with you than to go out there and do it with a bunch of people? At least they understand.
Just rather them not do it at all,
right?
But that's something. I mean, your parents are probably right. We didn't do a lot of stuff, but we did it anyway. So, I mean, come on, think about it.
Well, I
think
feel
about
as
that.
if we portray the person we want our kids to grow up to become. So I don't think as parents we've been transparent, or we should be completely transparent with our children.
Completely transparent.
Well, it depends. For me, it depends on the age. Just like when you're a child, yes, you have to be that role model. But as they get older, they get into teens, they realize certain hypocrisies that parents say they are, and the role models that they say they're trying to become, and they realize they know your flaws, and because they hear it on a daily basis. So I'd rather you be honest with me during that time when I'm developing. I'm no longer that toddler, that grade schooler. I'm maturing into a young adult. I'd rather you tell me and prepare me so I don't have to go through it. Yes, I'm going to make my mistakes, but I'd rather you give me, just like what Dwayne said, is like, do certain things with me so I don't have to go out there and experience it on my own and end up losing my life in a sense, because there are times when they do go over in order to impress. So I'd rather you be honest with me at gradually introduce certain aspects about yourself to me so I can at least know who my parents are, because it's like a lot of people nowadays, if you talk to any of your parents, is like like for instance Dwayne or Chanel, if you talk to your mother and ask her about her family, are they gonna really be able to tell you anything much, like
in terms of like if she wants to tell me, or if there's anything that she knows to tell me?
Yeah, there's like, for instance, there's certain things that when my mom and my cousins and my sister get together, they're willing to share certain information about my family that I did not know, because I'm not saying I'm gonna go out. I don't want to do the 21andMe thing, because that's like $100. I don't feel like paying that, but I still want to know my family. So it's like, while I have them alive, let me talk to whomever to find out who they are as a person. Because a friend of mine, he didn't find out that his grandfather was, high up in the military when right a few months before he passed away. He started realizing, and then when they start unpacking, they realize all his stuff. They're like, oh, he wasn't just a regular soldier. He was really up there. So I'm like, I rather not wait till they pass away to know certain things about my family. That's one of the biggest things. That's why I'm like, yeah, you can be honest, and there's certain situations that I'm like, I'd rather not experience. If I could find out from you, yes, I might hold it against you, but at least I know what to expect and I don't have to go through it.
Why would you hold it against them?
Trust me, it's like, when you get heated in a moment, you say certain things that you're gonna regret, but at least you know that you don't have to experience it, because they actually went through it, and it's like they explain to you both the good and the bad of that situation.
Like honestly, I personally believe this. Like, you should just like show your kids to me. You know, like you could talk. You could tell them, like, you could tell a kid, like, don't touch the iron, it's hot. They're gonna touch it.
Yeah.
You know,
but at least
you're not gonna introduce it to them, though. You know, you're not just gonna get up and say, you know what, you might smoke weed anyway, so let me just show you how weed tastes.
I'm just saying, if you and your kids have an open relationship where your kid gonna come to you and say, listen, you know, I see some people doing this, I want to try it. As a parent.
And there's some children, depending on their personality, which is very important for you to know your child's personality. You know, some of them not going to come tell you. Some of them will tell you and say, oh, I want to try it. And they'll still look you in the face and say, oh, I didn't like it. But they still go out there, and because of influence or whatever, you know, they still go ahead and try it. So knowing, like my kids, I don't know everything about them, but I can tell you certain traits that they have. And my oldest one, he'll talk about certain things he's very embarrassed to speak about. And I know,
like a line.
And there's a certain line that he's not gonna cross, but there's certain things, funny enough, he comes to me and he'll tell me about it, like, Mom, you know, certain things he'll tell me. And I'm like, okay, that's a good thing that he can come to me and he feels free to talk to me about this. And I have to make sure that whatever I do, I don't make it embarrassing for him or get you know, a lot of parents, especially back in the days, they get angry with you. I remember my grandmother say, I don't want to hear anything about sex. You don't supposed to be talking about sex. Sex is nasty.
That's the thing, like,
how is sex nasty when you have 7 children? And You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even if it's only 7 times you had sex, you had
It
sex.
was nasty
Back
for
in the
her.
day.
Why is
But-
it nasty? You not talk
Nasty
about
for
it.
her.
Lord Jesus,
Here's the
hallelujah.
thing, but
For her, I agree with
It
you.
probably was.
sometimes what I used to do is like whenever my grown folks talking, just sit down. Even though they might say, "Yeah, this is bad," but it's like you sit down at the side and you just
Growing up, they used to
listen.
say when grown folks
And then-
talking, shut your mouth.
Such, but you still listen. So it's like,
or like whenever grown folks is talking in the island, they be like, okay, excuse yourself from the room.
Exactly.
yeah, but you stay by the door.
I used
so you
to be
can't
very
stay here.
quiet, so I always hear things. Always hear
Oh, I was still in that business because I wanted to know.
I know, like, I personally, like, kind of grew up like that, and, you know, it's, like, taking me, like, a long time to, like, come out of those shadows. Like, I see myself, like, transition to, like, something different. And I used to be like that, like, yo, we talking, you know, excuse yourself. You know, where it's like, now it's like, okay, what we talking about, they need to know.
Exactly.
You know, they need to hear. I don't want them to go out there and hear it from somebody else. I don't want them to go out there and experience it from somebody else. I want them to experience it from me. So I think, like, you know, the new age kids, you know, we need to spend more time talking to them, you know, because if you look at it, they're always like, you know, they're in their tablets, they're in their phones, they're in something. You know, you God forbid you don't know what they're watching on the phone or what they, you know, they're paying attention
And
to.
don't forget, they have sex head now in school.
Yeah,
I had that coming up.
they had that for a while now. It's like,
I mean,
but it's like it's not that well.
popular for me.
All
That was my favorite class.
all they ever talked about
sure
when
it
I was
was.
there was like
Yeah.
drugs and
Yeah, but they don't talk. I see, they never. How come they don't have a drugs class in school?
Exactly.
that's
You
in
know,
health
those drug
class.
thing here and there, drug week.
That was a
every
health
Friday They have
class.
like a drug
They have a
week,
drug
and,
week?
and they'll kind of give you pamphlets to take home.
I don't know about now, but I know when I was in school, we had a health class, and they taught the most important things that they talked about was sexual transmitted diseases and drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, I never heard about drugs in school.
Oh well,
Heard about drugs.
yeah.
We had like drug free, like they said, we had drug free week, and that was about it. You know, like pretty much everything I learned. Experienced stuff.
They taught you. You just weren't interested. You were more interested in hearing about the other
SEX.
stuff. Yes.
Yeah, that was my favorite class.
See? Yeah.
That and algebra.
Algebra,
Yeah, I like math.
respect.
Yeah, I love math.
I love
I like
math
numbers.
too. Yeah,
One
should-
and one is two.
yeah.
Oh God.
I
How
can
they
make
taught
some
you.
money off of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. But
Addition and
is it
multiplication.
tough like raising like young kids now?
It is very tough, especially teenagers. Because with my son, sometimes it's very hard to communicate with him.
See, he's so
Cause-
serious.
Yes, because he doesn't open up a
He's
lot.
an introvert.
When he was 7, he came and he's like, "Mommy, guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I had my first kiss today."
What?
So I was silent
What was
in the
it-
car. I
what-
wasn't
you
expecting
didn't
that.
ask him, like, was it-
So I was silent. So
How
I
that
said,
made
"I
you
hear
feel?
some, Mommy. Did you
ask
hear
him-
what I
Did
said?"
you like it? Did you
So
like
I
it?
said, "What did you say, son?" I said, "I had my first kiss today."
Did you enjoy it?
So my
But
question
now-
to you: how do you feel about that?
Nothing.
I think moms take that to
Yeah,
heart.
yeah.
bro.
It's like
Yeah,
I
moms take
don't.
that to
I'm
heart. Like, big
like,
time. They'll be like,
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, son had his kiss. Like, okay, now he's pushing me out the door.
Yes.
But the dad would be like, yo, come here, come here.
it's like, yo,
That's
son,
my
I wasn't
boy.
like,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
feeling good. Like, yeah.
Now he doesn't open up that much.
Close that door.
At one time, I got a banana to show him, you know, the proper
Poor child.
proper
Oh, God.
education. And he closed his eyes. He's like,
Oh,
"Mom,
that's
Mom, you're
embarrassing."
embarrassing me."
Well,
I don't understand that's embarrassing. Like,
it's
bro,
not
you need to
so-
learn.
it's not embarrassing.
It is
'cause
embarrassing.
It is.
No.
I can't
Like,
say.
I was talking to my
reason
son
why-
about the same
go ahead.
thing. I know, boy, like, come on. He's like, Dad, seriously, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, well, we going to talk about it.
Well, the thing is,
Might not like it, but we going to have this discussion.
I remember I was in 4th grade. Mom and Dad took me, my brother, my sister, grouped us all together and said, "We're not experienced sex yet." I'm like,
4th grade.
like, what? It's like, and then it's like, just so you know,
4th grade.
sex is one of
9?
the most beautiful, most enjoy.
Who
You can
said that?
enjoy
Who said that?
from the terms you should realize what I'm talking about. So it's like it's the most enjoyable thing. But you see, if
Well,
you
at
bring
least you
any
were taught
baby, yeah, we were. My sister was not even older than your daughter, so she was like in those grade school things, you know, daycare type thing, and we were all taught about it. So it's like we weren't foreign to the subject because when we were in Jamaica, that stuff started even earlier. So it's like, and you're just experimenting because most people there don't really talk about it. Now that's why I say when I reached fourth grade is like I already knew a lot about it, well, a decent amount about it because I didn't really know where baby came from, but still, I understood
The stork,
every,
yeah.
the other.
stork.
Nah, I ain't never believed that. I just I
sky.
didn't know which end it came the baby came from. So that's the only thing I was missing. And then I asked my parents about certain things, and they were able to explain certain things.
Well, you
both
got
mom and
parents
dad.
that's like very open. I mean, I don't think they're gonna hide nothing from you.
Yeah, so it's
They're not
like
gonna
so
be
that's
like,
why.
"Oh, boy,
But
wait till
they
you're-"
didn't go about it like, yeah, here's the
the pamphlet
no, I'm talking about
you
here's the
didn't have the
banana
banana?
and the
and the rubber,
condom.
banana and the rubber.
Nah, yeah, I learned that in health
Oh,
class.
Jesus.
Wow. Well, good afternoon, everyone. You know, if you want to tune in, chime in with your questions, go ahead and shout them out. We're talking about, as fathers and mothers, do you, in this day and age, you know, open up and let your kids know, like, about your past, let them know, like, stuff you've been through, stuff you experienced, or do you keep it a secret, you know, and not really share it with them? And we're saying pretty much we should share everything we can nowadays, you know, with our kids. Let our kids know, you know, what's going on out there, you know, stuff you've been through. You know, you've been shot at. Hey, man, it's rough out there, man. I went to the club one night, man. Bullets got to flying. I actually felt one breeze by my ears.
Oh.
So, you know, you guys got to share it. To me, like honestly, like, I mean, I'm working up the courage every day. I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I be trying to, like, tell my son some stuff, and, you know, he'd be like, yeah, Dad, I don't really want to talk about that. And I'd be like, well, that's where I got to, like, get that father demeanor and be like, you going to hear about it.
Yeah, facts.
I'd rather you hear about it than go out there and witness it. So
That's
it's up
pretty
to
much
you. Like,
how
I'm letting you know,
we
like,
work.
you can take that road if you want to, but you can't say I ain't tell you.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like coming to church every Sunday. You don't want to, you know, settle down and be with God. That's on you. You can't say you didn't hear the word.
Exactly.
You know, you just got to go out there and act now. You got to live. You got to live the life. You know, when the Bible said, honor your mother and father,
Your days may be long.
not only so your days may be long on earth, but just honor your mother and father. He said that's the first commandment. You know, so that's something we should take serious. You know, honor your father, your mother. You know, I honored my parents growing up. You know, I still honor them. I respect them. You know, and I got siblings. I never understand. Like, my siblings, they're just different. You know, and like, I be around my father. I like, even when I was in the world, I find it hard to curse around my father. With my siblings, they just like loose cannon, bro.
But each of them are raised different.
Yeah, we're raised different. So I had like,
Different
my
mentalities.
upbringing was just different.
Mhm.
You know, I still have that respect up till today, you know, as a grown man, you know, and, you know, you want your kids to grow, you know, in the word, but also you got to let them know what's going on outside, you know, in the world, you know, letting them understand, like, it's rough out there. You know, it's not going to be, no white plain, you know, it's going to be rough. You're going to have some dots, you're going to have some sticks, you're going to have some stones. You know, you got to be ready for it. You know, and I think we just don't, like, y'all see kids nowadays, they're like little kids and toddlers, and they're just sitting in the carts on their
Yeah, they're
that's
being
what
raised by
parents do. They just go to the
technology.
tablets and stuff
Yeah,
for
it's
them now, and
easy.
this,
That's
they're
It's
not
easier
talking
for
no
the
more.
parent. Yeah,
But
it's
here's
easier
the
for the
thing.
parent.
You said something earlier about how your siblings are so different. It's like you don't curse around your parents because you respect them, but they'll fly off the roof at times.
Heartbeat, boy.
But here's the thing: it's all about miscommunication within the family home. Because I noticed.
Well, you always say that. How is it
Hey.
miscommunication? We weren't brought up in the same family
The
home.
reason why I say it,
Okay,
right?
tell me why you say
Because it's like I used to think that my parents loved my sister more than
She's the
everybody.
baby.
Here's
Exactly.
the thing.
I'm sure my kids think the same way.
That's one thing I
Yes.
had to
So,
explain.
because of that,
constantly.
they developed that mindset, like, or if they're wondering why is it that they're willing to put in so much effort into this one instead when I'm asking for help. So that creates like some distance. So I'm talking from personal.
The thing about it, this is
okay.
let me
So-
tell you exactly what I tell my son, because the oldest one is 16 and the second one is 9. You see the age difference.
Exactly.
So when the 9-year-old was born, this at the time Courtney was what, 7? Somewhere around this, I did the math. The 16-year-old was about 7, something there.
They were at
Anyway,
age.
so he was very jealous, and I did all I could to let him know, listen, you had mommy at this age all by yourself. When you were all the way up to 6 or 7 years old, you had me all for yourself. You didn't share me with anybody. Okay. He has to share me with you. You understand? And so this age, you passed this age already. You got the baby bottles, and you got the pacifier, and you got this kind of toy, and now you're 6 or 7. You're going to get what a 7-year-old gets. You're mature enough to do this on your own. And so I had to keep reminding him of that. And then he kind of got used to it.
I experienced that. My son is 15, my daughter is 4.
Oh, yes.
And he's still jealous
you
of
still
her.
have time. You still have more.
You have to still. I like what you said that you do. You reaffirm.
You have to keep doing it. Yeah, let them understand that you had this at her age. Exactly. When you were 4, it was just me and you, and you had that. Exactly. You got this already. Now you're 15. I like how you break
that miscommunication within your children.
So by the time the baby girl was born, I didn't have to deal with that from any of them.
So
everybody was used to it by then.
Yes, sir.
You're the baby?
I'm the baby one.
He's the only.
Of your siblings?
No.
I'm
the second one from my father, the only one from my mother.
Okay. Oh, spoiled.
Okay.
I'm not spoiled.
Very spoiled.
Very spoiled.
Way you talk,
like people watching this thing like all over the world. Like, yes, I'm not spoiled.
It's like the way you talk is a little different from somebody who like had to share a lot. So it's like I'm not saying that you didn't have siblings, but the way you talk is like, this is mine.
Oh yes.
You had everything you wanted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and his mother made sure he had it. She's one of those people where, listen, I'm not gonna beg nobody nothing.
Exactly.
Don't ask nobody for nothing, or I'll knock your head off your body. You know, and so she made sure he had everything his heart desired, everything he needed. So he didn't have to fight anybody for anything.
If I was spoiled, honestly, like, I look at, like, I see people that's like my age that grew up with their mom and they still at home with their mom. That's somebody that's spoiled.
Well,
that's somebody that didn't want to step out and experience life.
To an extent, that's excessive.
That's a different.
That's
worthless.
The thing is, that's
the lady called it worthless.
That's cuddling.
That's what?
Over cuddling. So whatever you want to call it, but listen.
No, please don't.
The thing is,
I don't think it's cuddling.
Well, you can. All right.
Yeah,
again,
that's being sheltered.
I think shelter is more of a word.
You know what? That is a nicer word. But for you, because there's different type of mothers. There's ones who try to overprotect them, and then there's the parent who's like, yes, I'm gonna make sure that you have everything, but you do understand that I'm not gonna take care of you all of your life. So it's like, I'm going to do everything I can so you understand that you could to make sure that you could survive on your own. And I think that's the type of parent that you had. Yes, she gave you stuff that you needed when you were young, but she also made sure that you were
definitely. And that's why I said use the word excessive, because there are parents that will spoon feed their child until they're 40 years old, still living in and they're okay with that because he's home and he's okay and it's all right. And any woman come around them, leave my husband alone and that kind of thing. You know, I know people that are like that even now.
My mom was like that. I literally would run.
Yeah, your mom was probably ready for you to go from your 16.
I mean, I was ready to go too. I mean, it'll make a difference. So we had the same mentality. So.
My mother would probably do that to me, shelter me so much that.
Nah, you spoiled.
I'm not spoiled. You gonna bring
it's like I love the people. I love the people who believe that they're not. Question: are you the youngest?
Yeah. What about you, Evangelist?
Well,
all right, then you don't really have a voice in this.
Excuse me, why don't I have a voice?
In a family of 8. My mom has 4 girls and 4 boys, and I'm the 6th.
So you were left alone.
But I'm the only girl.
Oh, you were the only girl.
No, I'm the last girl. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The last girl.
Okay.
So she know what it is like to share.
So in other words, she definitely had to share, and
I never grew up in a house where, I had to like eat and cover my plate. Nah, I was straight.
Oh boy.
Well, the thing is, I never raised in that type of lifestyle, but I still had cousins who came by and like, hey, what's up? And then just took my food out my plate, like
a chicken leg.
I know.
Hey, you touch my plate, we gonna fight. I'll let you know that.
That's what older siblings do to younger siblings.
My brothers
so
used to do that
I know
to me
about
all the
that.
time.
Ain't nobody took your chicken.
Yes, Cork did take my chicken.
Cork was just doing that to torment you. But yeah, good night, everyone. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Dehalia says this is a very interesting topic, and yes, I believe as parents we should be open up to our. That's what I said, Dehalia. Delia. Excuse me. Sorry. Sister Delia says this is a very interesting topic, and yes, I believe as parents we should be more open up to our kids and have the mind and bond where they're not afraid to ask us as parents certain questions, because if us as parents don't tell them they are going to go out there, get an answer. The word social media has taken over the world. These nowadays kids are so very smart, so they are going to find the answer. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, we might not like the answer they find.
That is
I
true.
think YouTube then like messed up the whole world.
Did it?
Actually no, it didn't. I think YouTube is a great factor because I
YouTube
learned a
is
lot
awesome.
off YouTube.
It's Google.
Google is out. Yeah, Google is.
Google and Yahoo. It's
I don't know to use Yahoo.
Thank God for Google.
Back in the day, when
I remember
It's
the,
like saying AOL.
I remember the pastor was talking about that this week and said like a lot of people want to sit home now and just Google like symptoms, and they're like, you know, when you see the certain symptoms and they put a name to it, you start believing it.
That's
You
true.
know, and that's just horrible.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't depend on Google. Like people out there just I seen one time they call Parents for Dummies. If you got to read that book, you really a dummy.
Parenting for dummies.
Nah. You don't
No,
read
there's
that
a
book.
there's
it
a lot
means
of
that you're
things
just
that
desperate.
people need to learn. I learn
It
from you,
is.
you learn from me, kind of thing. Yeah. So
Yeah, but you learn from people that's gonna be mature, that you see is doing the right thing. Like, I'm not gonna take like lessons from somebody that's not raising their kid. That's just having their kids running around doing what they want to do. That's just that don't do nothing for me.
But people who have no kids usually have the most thing to say about raising kids.
don't it?
People who has no children.
Say that again.
No experience.
People that have
with
no kids
kids.
has the most input.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a lot of stuff in life. People that ain't going through some stuff want to tell you, hey, yeah, I think you should like do. No. Have you ever been through it? Have you ever faced it? No, you haven't. So how you gonna tell me to do this? You know, I remember we were watching a movie. It's called Acrimony, and the lady, like her sisters, and their brother-in-laws told her, like, you know, to leave the man. The man is worthless. Blah 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 blah. End up the man was fighting like his whole life with this one battery. Finally got the battery. The man got millions of dollars.
Wow.
And then when they finally hit her in the face and she was there with the $100 million check? No, $10 million check. He gave her a $10 million check when his battery blew up. And she was sitting there with the check and she's like, why did I listen to any one of y'all? Like, you're unhappy in your marriage and you just don't have a clue. So
And
why
you
not
know what
listen
people say about
you
you.
know what people say about you. So, you know, how we gonna listen to somebody that just you're not a peer. You even been through nothing I've been through. So I'm gonna listen to you. You know, like I can't talk to you about, you know, bad home parenting or whatever you call it. I can't. I don't have that. I grew up with my mom. My mom is the person who made me I am today. You know, I saw my father back when my father's in the States. You know, I never saw him when I was growing up. I moved up here with him when I was like 14. You know, going through that whole preteen thing and all that. You know, so it was like when I moved up here, it's like pulling away from the mom. And I had to deal with a dude that just don't talk. And I developed that. You know, you go into an environment, you adapt the environment. So my father don't talk, I don't talk.
Yeah.
So that became the new me.
Yeah.
You know, this is
You already had the genes, so it
I had
kind of
the
like
genes.
a
It
magnet,
just-
kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
just
wasn't
developed.
hard to be.
I'm
that
telling
way.
my favorite word for a situation like this.
What do you call it?
Osh.
Yeah, you hush.
Poor thing.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, that's all I can really say because it's like I ain't
So,
never experienced.
Ruth
what you
got a
through.
question. Out of pure curiosity, how do you feel about showing moments of weakness in front of your kids? What do you mean showing moments of weakness? Like, you mean like boohoo crying? Like, what are you talking about?
Expressing emotions and
You just express
breaking
yourself.
down.
It's like,
Just
break down.
What am I going to cry for? Just to
it,
cry?
it depends.
You've never cried in front of your kids?
Absolutely not.
Nobody here has ever
I never
cried?
even seen you
So
cry
their kids
before.
see you? You ever see
I
them
never seen you
cry?
cry. I think maybe one time I slapped him upside the head. And
Maybe there's no tear duct.
No, y'all heard that. Everybody
Here
heard
comes the
that.
nurse
You
now.
heard that, right, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm just
She's violent. She slapped me upside the head and I started crying.
I'm
wow.
sorry, I can't
Stop all
like
the tear
agree
up with
to
that.
or disagree. It's like I would stay neutral.
So you never seen your pops cry?
My father.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, we've all
I mean, other than
seen
being
Pops
in the
cry.
Holy Ghost lady in the spirit, like no, like seriously, like cry.
Like during moments of sadness, he deals with it different.
We all do.
Cause like I remember when I think it was his sister passed away, and he just started cleaning the house and got quiet and just.
So he kept himself.
That's
his
the
mind busy.
melancholy in him.
Yeah, that's smart.
Mm.
That's what I do. All right, so we got a questions from Elena Sunshine. Love this topic. I'm a parent of a 5-year-old, and my plans is to be selective of what I share with my child. Just because everything doesn't have to be disclosed to teach a valuable lesson.
True. I agree.
If I had a phone, I would call you. 'Cause I don't agree.
I
Why would-
agree.
I agree in
Because
some
I
ways,
mean, and then
yes.
especially the
girl,
details
especially
of
a
what you're
girl.
gonna say. Yeah, especially the details. Because if I was back in my heydays, I was this promiscuous woman, and I used to go sleep with everybody. And I don't think my daughter needs to know that. It depends on what's going on too. If she meets a guy that she like or whatever, and the age group makes a difference too. So there's a lot of factors that you have
And
to
there's
put
a lot
into
of
it.
there's a lot of women who've dealt with abuse.
Yeah.
How do you
certain
share
things.
that
You
with
should
your
share that to your
child?
child.
should.
No, you should
So when they
not.
see that,
That I
would.
would.
He's gonna
The
think
thing-
it's okay.
No,
though.
Not
here's the
necessarily.
thing,
Depends
here's
on
the
how
thing.
you show
I
her.
feel like you should really talk about whenever you go through these emotional, trying times and how you dealt with it. It's best to inform them as they're young, because yes, they might not experience it now under your roof, but what happens when they're not
They
with
step
you?
out.
Because to be honest, I have learned a lot from just watching my sisters and my mother go through their things. And because of that, I had this huge wall up, and I only did things on my terms when I feel like it. And if it even look like how it look like with my mom, I don't want it.
Yep.
If
that
it
is true.
sound like it, I'm not going there, So I think because
sound
of
like
that, I
that,
avoided a lot of
That sound like that Usher
abuse.
song.
I agree with you,
You
Shayna.
remind me of a girl.
Oh, God.
So once you step in that relationship, you're like, bye.
So,
No pit.
how have
No,
you?
I'm not gonna step in the
How,
relationship.
the thing is, how have you like a child who has an open relationship with their parents, where their parents are willing to be honest with them about their situation? It's like a kid who has a computer for school and a kid who does not have anything, doesn't have anything for school. It's like, who's gonna learn better, the kid who has a computer or the kid who's just there with a book and a pencil? They have more resources that they could use. So I'd rather my kid have that resource. Yes, they might not use it how I want them to, but at least they're using it,
I got a big
or at
question.
least can see it.
I got a question. How did you come up with this topic?
This topic,
Yeah.
I was talking to someone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You were talking to someone, so you came up with this topic.
yeah. Having conversations.
So you were saying that a kid that just has a pencil and paper versus one that has a computer. The one with the computer would have more resources because they could actually resource stuff. But the kid with the pencil and the paper could also value his time and actually goes to a library and also do the same research in this
Here's
day and
the
age.
thing, how many kids go to the library?
The Jews.
A lot,
No,
believe it or not.
here's the
The
thing.
Jews.
Here's the thing. The only reason why they go is because there's a program at the library that their parents drop them off at, so they could have something to do. Not every kid who have a pencil and paper are gonna put that effort in to go to the library. More likely, the kid with a computer, if he can't find certain information, he might go to the library.
So you think being the fact that we're all in Christ and everything, you actually view your kids different, or is it the same?
View them.
Yeah,
Different, the kids?
you feel when you're in the world, you're doing stuff, so you probably don't feel as open. You don't want to share a lot of stuff with your kids. But now that you're in the church and everything, do you feel it more easy, more comfortable to share stuff with your kids?
I think it's the opposite. I think in the world you share more. When you're in the church, you're a little bit more selective with what you share.
Man, I think you drank too much in that lesson. You just out there hitting the bottle and you come home girl, let me tell you something.
If you live a raunchier lifestyle back in the world and then you became God, you might want to be reserved, and that's when you see most of those holier than thou people. But that's for another time.
Just for
They
example,
might
if
be the
you
ones who-
curse, if you cursed in the world,
Mhm.
you might do it around your kids.
Mhm.
But when you're in church, you wouldn't do that, right?
Well, I can't speak on other
You-
people's
okay.
lifestyle, because some people,
You never cursed.
when a person get riled up in church, certain words might come and then they go to the altar. Anybody who went through that, you know yourselves. But for me, I've always been in church, so I can't really speak on that.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone who has older kids who got saved when their kids were a little bit older could tell you that. My
Yeah.
child was about 6 years old when
When you got
I
saved.
when I got saved, and I don't know. I couldn't answer that. But I don't think. I mean, it's to me. I think it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same because I still have the same. Besides the fact that I'm
Temperament, right?
following the Bible, but I still have the same brought up, see the same mannerism. I mean, other than just letting loose and cussing when needs be. Even as a Christian, you feel like let loose and cuss. So you're still the same person with a different walk. You understand
True.
what I mean? So I think I would still raise my kids because I raised them based on how I was raised. Because thank
Well, you
God
think
I
that's
was
good?
raised.
Like
I
for
was
me-
raised very well.
You think that's good though, to raise your kids how you were raised?
For me personally, yes, my mom was a Christian
My
all my
dad was
life.
strict.
My father
dad,
was
it
very
was
laid
only
back.
school, church.
That was mommy.
home. School, church.
That was my mom. My dad
Strict.
wasn't a Christian. He was very laid back and
But
very
don't let you went
chilled
through that,
and
you
didn't
make you
care.
like sneak out and go do stuff.
I couldn't because I was on a time stamp. I had to be home. You know what time I get out of school, and if I'm
And
not
that's
home,
why-
I have to have a note from a teacher with signatures telling where I was.
That's why when
My dad was
people will get raised
strict.
like that usually left church, you know.
Exactly.
And then later on in their life, them come back. No, I speak from experience. I was
Yeah,
born
that
and
is
raised in
true.
the church. And because of that strict regime, I couldn't wait for just leave mommy house and
Yep.
gone about my business.
I was not able to wear shorts.
Okay.
I had to wear clothing with sleeves.
Natural
Yeah,
hair.
I had to wear
jean
those
skirts.
long skirts, those long jean
Down to
skirts.
your ankles.
Can't even put
That's
a little
correct.
lip gloss when your lips dry. So what that for your lips? sister?
Exactly, wipe it
Oh
off.
yes, wipe it off. That's not of God. And those things. Lord
I
Jesus.
feel
So
like
once I
male
became an
experience
adult-
something different, because
Take off.
I can't really like connect.
I'm glad you can't connect. I'm happy about that.
Because yes, my parents are strict. They told us like never get in a fight, because when you get home, we're gonna deal
Prevent
with you.
yourself from not getting in a fight.
What? In
Just
many ways,
stay
it's
away.
like the person you try to do that godly thing, turn the other cheek. Sometimes it don't work, and then it's like you look out for the cameras. It's like it's a lot of ways, Chief. It's just and you have somebody spotting, just checking, make sure
Yeah, I wouldn't
nobody's
know.
coming. So it's
When I was in the world, it's good to me. You could get knocked out.
Right?
I ain't believe in that.
I was
I'm
not a
sorry.
fighter.
what's
I
that?
mean, you don't. It's not like you want to fight nobody, but
It happens.
you know, like pretty much like I did the majority of my growing up here in the States, and like I did high school here.
And they
we
wanna
had a
try
lot
you.
of, Haitians versus Jamaicans.
Oh
Americans
God, it
versus,
still exists.
and you ain't finna run up on me with 10 people. Nah, back in when I go into high school, we had garbage bins, and some people got hit by them. Like, you don't run up on me that
Oh,
easy.
Lord.
I'm sorry.
They kind of chill with that when I was in school.
Yeah, but I mean, I go by BA now, and it's like plastic bins. I didn't have them. We had the metal. And when you get hit with that, you get hit. You don't run up on me. I'm sorry.
School
Some
kinda
games
like
weren't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a lot of fences at that school. I thought I was in a penitentiary at one time.
God.
A lot of fences.
I never went to school, but it's like
That's
when,
for your
after
protection.
school, my brother, because he went to that school, I'm like, yo, there's a lot of fences at your school, bro.
No barbed wires, though.
No barbed wires. That's the only thing that they were missing. Like, but yeah.
I mean, I do like, I share with my son, like, bro, like, if you go avoid it, but
Yeah.
You know, make sure it's like you have witnesses where it's like, bro, if you gotta like struck back or something, just let us know like something you try to avoid.
But I think
I just think it was a different era with me coming up, bro. Like
Well-
when you go into school, you're like, yo, you know, it's a today at Jamaican versus American. Like, bruh, somebody finna get it.
Because when I was going to my school, I didn't really want
And
to
you know,
mention
growing
it.
up, you couldn't go home to your dad like, bro, I got beat up. Bro, he gonna look at you like.
That's
seriously?
your dad. His dad would be like, "Oh, hallelujah!
Why did
Jesus,
you
let
fight?
me lay my
Why,
hands
why would
on
you say that? It's like
let's cast out this
The
Let
thing
us,
is-
yes. There must
the
be
one thing
something
that-
on you.
The one thing you don't realize about my parents, if you think they're just holier than thou,
They're not.
they are warmongers. It's just that one.
There what?
They're warmongers.
No man,
It's like my mother and her family do not try them
Beep, beep,
because you will get yo, don't try them. And then it's like my father, yo, I don't even know how he like get through like in school, but he got through because he had a mouth like my brother.
A lot of people look at like, you know, Foster, he's soft. I don't think you
No,
should
he's
run-
not. He's
I
a
don't think you
very
should run up on him,
he's
bro.
a very because of the type of who his father was. He was that dude who pretty much ruled the area. That he didn't sell drugs. He was a farmer and construction worker and
hardworking man.
But he was that guy. Do not mess with because he's not sensible when
serious man.
when situation comes around because he will fight the police. He will fight everybody in the neighborhood, and then sometimes he will start stuff with people for no apparent reason.
That's your grandfather.
That was my grandfather.
Wow.
So that's the type of mentality my father had to grow up with. So it's like, yes, he might not fight, but do not try him because his father at least taught him that mindset where you don't accept foolishness. And that's the same thing with my mother. So it's like, you try anybody in our family. Now, she's the type of person who will run you down, beat you down, get a piece of, and then do some other stuff. But it's like, they're the niceness now come with maturity. So it's like, that's why.
All right. God
bless you, Brother
Awesome.
Matthew.
Love you, mother.
I just see that
Love you,
beautiful
mother.
I think you've done enough
smile.
damage for the
Enough
night.
damage for the night.
And that, you know, when she walk around, hi sugar. That's
Exactly,
what I
it's
want to keep. That's what I want to keep remembering.
Yeah.
Just remember the good side. It's
Yeah,
like, you
man.
don't
No,
let
we
it
wouldn't worry about the other part of it. But
'cause
yeah,
that's some
So with the
beatings,
kids,
and-
you wanna be transparent with something,
some things.
and some things you won't.
No, you just
Like for
wait
me, I
until
Hey, it
point,
was a
I
song.
point
It
out
was a-
all the good things. I was a deputy head girl. I let them think I was the perfect child, because that's the child I want.
Can you mute my mic, Nick?
I was a deputy head girl for
Wow.
my high school.
So you tell them all the good things.
All the good things. I was a prefect. I gave a speech at graduation, but all the other stuff, which wasn't many.
The thing about it too, is that they, especially the teenager, he is going to be around a bunch of wannabes and kids that think they're grown and
Exactly.
they want to do this and want to do that, and most of what they want to do is not. It's not. They're not trying to be head girl and head boy and prefect, and they're trying to do whatever they see on
Exactly.
TV and this kind of stuff. When they see that mommy was a goody two shoe, mommy is never.
Exactly.
It's not that they're gonna want to be like mommy all the time. At this age, they're
Don't
going
agree.
to want to be more like their friends. I'm telling you. So it's good when they know that, you know what, regardless of all of this, I
Exactly.
was Miss Perfect, but I did some things too, and I have experience. And my thing is, stick to the good side, because trust me, nothing not good out there. It's okay to tell them that, you know what, I have been there. I've done this before, and I regret it. If I could go back, I wouldn't,
I don't want to tell them, but show them to you.
It's like,
Me not gonna show them,
How do you
listen,
show
I
them?
used
How
to...
do you show them? How do you show them?
Yeah, but let them see, let them see like the good part of you.
Of course, that's what she's saying, but...
yes, in our early stages, you show them the good, but as they get older, because
Especially when you see where they're heading, what their interest is, and the type of kids they run
Regardless.
around and them kind of something there.
To me, regardless of where they're heading, you just like, for instance, I just found out that recently, my folks used to, whenever the teacher disrespect them, they will just walk out of the class. I'm like, what? but you always tell us to listen to our teachers, and I never did anything like that. But at least
You see that?
I knew that as I got older. They waited until after I finished school and stuff like that to tell me. But at least they didn't sugarcoat certain things from me. They told me.
And that's the thing. I don't think you should.
You should. So it's like you tell them the good side early, but as they get older, they want more. It's like when you were a kid, you used to watch what is it, PG? PG shows and stuff.
PG-13s.
PG like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, PG-13.
You make them watch those great
Disney movies.
those
Yeah.
development based shows and stuff. As they
PBS.
get older, they start watching PG sometimes, and as they get older, they start watching Raw
Rated
or
R.
M14, whatever. But they start watching more mature,
Violence,
more
sex.
story-driven things. As hopefully,
Madden.
good quality movies.
Nowadays, I don't
But-
even think watching news makes sense. Bro.
The news don't make sense if it
I
ain't.
mean,
it
like
wasn't.
regular TV just got very like everything is open now, and the news is just horrible.
Kelsa is saying something.
I don't even know if that's Kelsa or that's Minister. I don't even want to talk to Minister right now. Anyways,
Oh, you're throwing shade on Minister D.
Minister D, if that's you, what's going on, brother?
It's
Being
Kelsa.
selective works both ways. If we are selective, they will sense it and be selective in what they
Tell us.
That is
Oh,
true.
okay.
That's facts.
Take it from Kelsa.
That's facts. Yeah, we take starting 5 right there, boy. Is it
I
5?
love that.
Which
I love
5?
that.
Squad D, y'all keep it up. We ain't gonna join you. Though. We done.
Can I say something? I hope my parents aren't watching. But my mother and father, when they were together, my mom was going through a lot with my father. Whole heap of issues. Like, she never told us anything until we were
Old enough.
much older. We were in our teens. That's when she started to tell us some stuff, and we're like, what? What? Really? Daddy did that? Daddy did this? That? What? Really? You know, and it was a shock. And we love our father so much. Nobody can tell we nothing about with daddy. We love with daddy bad.
Yeah.
You know? But if she were to tell us these things
wouldn't accept it.
during that
You wouldn't accept
time,
You wouldn't
I
accept
would not like him. I would, because there's a thing I
Or
have
you
for
might
my mom, a very
separate from
soft
your
spot
mom.
for my mother, and knowing that anyone would want to do that to her, regardless of who you are, you know, it would hurt me. And to know that really, as my father, still like, oh my God, like I thought you were this fabulous
Perfect
guy
man.
and you were this perfect man, and I look up to you, and this is what you're doing to my mom. Is that how you're treating a woman, or you know, certain little things. And
Yeah.
so I'm happy about that. That's one thing I could tell you. I really respect that about my mother. And so it is good to be selective with certain
Certain
things.
Certain things.
You know, the other parent. Don't let your personal issue with your spouse or your ex-spouse, the child's
Leave it with the
parent,
child.
Suffer for that.
you know, cause you to, you know, having to express how evil that person is. So he's evil to you, him not got evil to him child, not necessarily.
Exactly.
A lot of times why these fathers are so far from their kids is because of the mother's
The
attitude
mother
and her
poison
ways,
the
and
kids,
poison
true.
the child's mind, and the child will act funny around them, and you know, you understand what I'm saying? And it's not good. So yes, being selective is good to an extent.
And coming out
You
with
know,
some stuff
And
at
for
a
my
certain point in time.
30-something years, I've never heard my mom and dad argue, ever.
Wow.
I'm always
and that's not,
watching
it's not
and
that they didn't.
That's
Never.
sad.
It's
Never.
not that they didn't
I don't know if they
argue.
do it behind closed door.
Trust me,
But-
if we have a healthy relationship, there got to be some kind of argument.
Disclose the age.
She said, sir,
I
30
know I look like
something.
20-something.
I know you're like
Sir,
17.
30 something, you say?
Don't tell nobody. You
Oh, I didn't catch
something.
that.
17.
You see, you missed it, but he caught it.
Well, I don't miss nothing over here. That's why I'm the host with the most. Why my ears always open.
Oh, Jesus.
Amen, amen, amen. So we're talking about tonight, about, as parents, fathers and mothers, are you supposed to pretty much let your kids know, like, the stuff that you faced in your life coming up? Are you supposed to be like transparent with them, or are you supposed to be selective? And we had an awesome topic tonight, awesome conversation. We want to thank everyone that's tuning in. God bless you, Sister Verone Lacey, Apostle Big Ups, Nicole. I need glasses, bro. Like, is it me or I just can't see?
You can make
Melanie Foster, God bless you. Deo, God bless you. Yankee Crown King, God bless you. Vinny, Eunice, God bless you.
Yankee
Miss
Crown King.
Diana. Bless Lewis,
Lady
God bless you.
Andrew
Pastor
watching.
Sheena, how are you? God
Pastor
bless you.
Nelson
Already
and
said
KBI
apostle. I had a big
Ministries
up apostle from the big O.
and Kelsa.
Big up, Sister Mavis, Evangelist Mavis. God bless you. I'm happy you just tuned in now. Because if you tuned in earlier, you know,
Ooh.
Matthew was over
Hey,
here trying to.
Yeah,
She always
I think
watches
somebody
it.
called
She
her.
really watches the
know.
episode.
Somebody
There
probably
was a
called and
I
said,
think
"Hey,
someone
check it
called
out."
her and told her that she needs to be
rewatches
watching.
every
Rewatches it?
episode.
Yeah, so you're going to get swung on when you
Oh,
was
God.
Yeah. Too bad.
No, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. You know, questions, you know, send them out. You know, we'll respond. Also, we got a giveaway going on. As you can see, we got our branding out, working on our website next. You know, in the middle, you know, we got our logo which says Just a Conversation.
Okay, show
you know,
out the shirt.
behind.
Show out the shirt.
Amen. Talk
Talk
about it.
about
it.
Hashtag talk about it. You know, and as you can see on the board behind us, you know, our logo, you know, it says talk about it. You know, and if anyone on here could tell me what episode we on right now, you know, DM me what episode. As a matter of fact, put it out there what episode we're on. You win a T-shirt. You know,
Put it in the comments.
put it in the comments. If anyone can let us know. I know Sister Verone.
Within a
Sister
minute.
Lacey, I know you know, because you're on every week.
She's going to have to go back to YouTube and count.
Nah, she's on every week.
You have a minute.
Love you too, Evangelist Mavis.
Love you, Mama.
So if anyone can let me know what episode we're on, you know, we'll reach out, DM, send you a T-shirt, you know, and Dexter, you're not in it, you know, Dexter, you don't count. Apostle, you don't count. But I know Sister Veron, she's on every Tuesday. You know,
Is Sister Kelsey involved?
Julia, you're not involved.
Oh, Sister Julia. Wow.
She found out from Sunday, so now you're not.
Sister Kelsey wasn't here.
Well, she didn't respond. But Sister
Oh.
Minister McClocken done threw it out there already. So we ain't gonna give her no shirt. But Sister Veron, send me a DM. I'm gonna send you a shirt. You know, God bless you. You're on
Oh, Apostle, stop
every-
it.
Oh,
Every-
Apostle.
Stop it.
Apostle, you so far off.
The
Stop
jet lag
it.
might still be messing them up.
So Sister Veron, send me a DM. You know, I'll send you a shirt. You know, it's our logo. You know, we're getting it out there. You know, just a conversation. Hashtag talk about it. Don't forget to stop by our YouTube page. You know, go on there. It's just a conversation. Type that in. You know, subscribe. You know, we share videos every week. You know, different kind of videos. You know, and our motivation videos. We got everything we put on up there. And also,
Soon we'll be selling shirts. It's just give us some time.
man,
Give us some
yeah, we will
time.
be.
Shirts,
And,
jackets, and what was it? What's it?
Hoodies, sweater, shirts, the whole works.
Cap.
All right.
We're gonna have the website up soon.
Mm.
You know, look out for that. You know, also go over to Just a Conversation page. You know, that's tagged to Kingdom Builders. You know, and like our page. You know, don't forget to subscribe. You know, we want to say a big thank you for, you know, Evangelist Rita for coming on tonight.
Wow.
You know, we want to say a big thank you for Evangelist Hayden for sitting in.
Thank you
know,
so much.
Our host, you know, Minister Amon is still out. You know, he's still out. You know, babysitting. We respect him. We love him. Can't wait for him to come back.
Big up Sincere.
You know, also, don't forget this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right here at 6150 West Oakland Park Boulevard, we have our conference starting Friday night at 7. Gathering of Eagles. This Friday, this Saturday, and this Sunday, we start at 7 p.m. And don't forget, Sunday mornings, we're here at 10 a.m. for Sunday school and midday worship start at 11 p.m. and every night we have worship and every Sunday night. But this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, come check us out. You know, 6150 West Oakland Park Boulevard. You know, we have an awesome speaker coming in, Apostle Delroy Smith. And then we also have Prophet Miguel. Authors from Jamaica and Apostle is from New York. So,
Miguel.
God bless you. Yes, sir. Prophet Miguel from Jamaica and
The
Apostle
Eagles will
Delroy
be
Smith.
gathering.
So the Eagles will be gathering. Come on, soar with us. You know, let's soar together. You know, the Bible said they that wait upon the Lord, but
Yes.
when you have wings of eagles,
Yes.
you
Shall
get,
renew
you
their
get
strength.
mount up.
Mount
you
up.
mount
Shall
up.
mount up.
You know, let's mount up this weekend. I just had a blank. I don't know what just happened. We just had you will mount up this weekend. You know, come on. You know, come on out. You know, it starts at 7 this Friday, Saturday at 7, Sunday night at 7. and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. for midday worship. Gathering of Eagles Conference. God bless you. Final words from Evangelist Rita on our topic.
Well, you can choose to either be transparent with your kids or selective.
Amen. If you want to be transparent, go ahead and be transparent, but we choose to be selective.
Switch up. Switch up.
You switch up? They switch up on you?
It's like 1 minute they're like laughing with you, then like, all right.
They're called women for a reason.
Madam, and your last word.
I just want to say, train up a child in the way he should grow. Whatever you
not
want
depart from it.
from your children, just raise them that way, and the Lord will lead you in how to raise your children. I mean, there is no perfect parent out there, but I mean, just depend on God to this Lord, listen, just talk to God. He said, if you acknowledge him in all your ways, he will direct your path. Even as a parent, if he can help you select your clothes to wear to church on Sunday, he'll help you to take care of your kids. And so just use wisdom. Ask for wisdom. That's what I do. I can't tell you anything else than what I can do in raising your children. Just love them and let them know you love them, and try to open up a little bit so they know that they can trust you, so they'll come to you with certain things. And that's it. God bless you.
Amen. And this was episode 17. Wow, I feel like we just started yesterday. We're all the way to episode 17. Sister Evangelist McLaughlin, love you too. Apostle, New
Susie
Look,
Swaby.
Whoa, Brandon, up, and up. It's going to be Buck soon. Sister Susie, love you too. Brother Alex, appreciate you joining in. God bless you, Brother Waldo. And until next Tuesday, I want you to stay blessed. And don't forget to hashtag talk about it. God bless you until next Tuesday. Boom.